How's it going, everyone? How's it going, chat? What is good? Actually, I can make that chat a little smaller. So let me do that really quick. Uh, that's about good. That's better. That's better. All right. So tomorrow is huge for the gaming world, which is PlayStation Showcase tomorrow. Should be, I think, 4 o'clock Eastern time or so. I'll probably be live maybe about 30 minutes before then. So again, if you're watching this as a video, you want to be a part of that, so watch that with someone. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. That also goes for people watching this as a live stream. They're coming in for the first time, seeing this and stuff like that. So thank you for that. But we have a lot, and we're going to talk about it. So the first thing I want to say is that I want to look up this leak that we had. So it was the PlayStation, if I'm not mistaken, their showcase leak. Like it got leaked, and the thing about that is, I think it was fake, just for a simple fact that there was a couple of games on there that we personally know should be there, especially seeing as PlayStation told us at certain times should be here that wasn't there. So I think this is sort of like a situation where there was a couple of real games on here, and then also some not so real games. If I could put it any other, I guess, in terms of things. So Ghost of Tsushima basically was named something else, but it was it was Ghost of Komorua, and that sounds like it could be something. But I know the Last of Us Factions is definitely something that's going to be teased off. And I'm pretty sure Resident Evil 4 VR will probably have a presence. Obviously, Final Fantasy, Mortal Kombat. I don't know, because it could be at PlayStation and then at Xbox later on too, with maybe like either two different trailers or just the same trailer. That could happen. But so I'm yes, that's what it has on the leak. So I'm like, that's definitely going to be there. Spider-Man 2 definitely going to be there. That's literally even the thumbnail, Spider-Man 2. So definitely 100% going to be there. But here's the thing: we know Wolverine is supposed to be there. This amazing new game, this amazing new IP of Marvel, that's pretty much a PlayStation exclusive, as far as I think we know, because I think it first teased out was PlayStation exclusive, if I'm not mistaken, on I think last year or the year before it's E3. I think it might have been the year before E3. It might be in 2021, but that hasn't had a presence really at all, and that's another thing that everyone's been extremely adamant about wanting to see. Is like, I want to see gameplay of that. I want to talk about that game for a second really quick, because I personally think that this game is going to be nasty. Especially if it has sort of, like, I know all the sort of cameras for like third party stuff like that. Some are a little bit higher, some are lower to the ground, so it makes it looks like you're, or like sort of like mid waist with the camera, that makes it look like you're sort of like right, obviously like right behind the character. I'm hoping that we have something sort of like that in this one, and it's not like too over the shoulder, like almost looking down sort of situation, like how certain times in like Batman stuff like that, when we're playing it sort of looks like that. Because I think it's going to have that same sort of combat. I think it's going to still have that same like Spider-Man, Batman sort of combat, where it obviously going to be waves of people coming at you, and you're going to be able to like move around it and stuff and maneuver, and while you're taking on everyone and doing like combo extenders and the finishers and blah blah blah, you know, that sort of situation. But the only thing that I have to say about that might be that's good, but going to be very different, is that with Wolverine, I'm not gonna lie, bro, it has to be extremely brutal. Like, it's Wolverine. Like, Wolverine's, we know what Wolverine is. Wolverine, when the claws come out, it's not I'm just trying to beat you up. It's I'm trying to take you out of this world. You feel me? So I think that his combo and combat wise pretty much has to be absolutely brutal. Like just brutal. Like ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just brutal. That's what I personally need to see. 100%. Uh you're getting your PlayStation 5 in less than a week. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait. But hey, yo, what's good? What's good with everybody in here currently right now? Oh, also, let me see if I can take that out of subscriber only mode, and then once we get like bots to pop back in, then I'll throw it probably back into subscriber only mode. But let me do it. Let me do that. There we go. So now everyone should be able to talk in here instead of like certain people, stuff like that are subscribed to the channel. But yeah, it like Wolverine has to be extremely open world. I feel like it has to have that open world feel. If it doesn't have that open world feel, then I'm not gonna be happy. I don't want it to be sort of like just a linear, straightforward, like Deadpool sort of thing where it's just like, oh, you play the level and that's it. You know, going forward, all that. Like, I don't want it to be anything along the lines of that. I want this to be an open world Wolverine game where you can still have certain Easter eggs, where you can get different outfits for Wolverine, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Treat it same thing like Spider-Man, except Wolverine and more like gruesome. Because if I'm not mistaken, um, in that teaser there was blood. If I'm not mistaken, there was. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that. I'm looking to see that kind of brutal, that kind of combo extender where you know the person's not getting up again. Like that sort of situation where it's like combo extenders, like after he's like done a combo and punches the person, you get the cinematic sort of feel. It better be brutal. It better be like the claws come out as soon as he punches somebody, and you feel me, like sling out, blah blah blah. Like it better be something along the lines of that, because if it's not, I don't know how I'd feel. I don't think at this point in time, I don't think if we're gonna keep Wolverine in a sense of being gritty as he is, even in the comics and stuff like that, and movies, if we're getting that sort of situation, then yeah, this is what this needs to be. He needs to be, it needs to be like, I won't say like damn near like Mortal Kombat, but it needs to be in a sense like enough in the combos and enough blood and just a bit of gore to know like, ooh, yeah, like I don't expect to see like a bunch of people getting like ripped in half with like Wolverine claws and stuff like that. I don't, but maybe shredded and mangled a bit, yeah. Like puncture wounds, yeah. Like that's what we need to get. Like we need to get like as soon as he's like punch someone at the end of the combo, the puncture wounds are still there. Like that's what we need to get, and maybe even to detail of a little bit of you know what dripping off. Like that's what we need to see. Wolverine is yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's definitely trying to make sure you're not getting back up. You feel me? Like especially if you're fodder. Like you're not going home, not in the way you want, and that sort of situation. Claws, yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like in certain fights and stuff like that, like it better be like a shing at certain things. Like maybe you're able to like retract them and literally track them out like at any point in time, like while you're still either in mission or either in situations where, oh, I just thought about it. Say, with piggybacking what you're saying there about the claws and what I was saying about the actual being able to shift in between. What if that's a situation where you can shift in between from lethal and non-lethal? So, say you're playing the game and you want to play the game fully non-lethal. So, you never track the claws. So, say when you're upgrading, you know, Wolverine and stuff like that, which you probably will be able to do in this game. So, say you can like max out like all non-lethal and just go all non-lethal. Or you could go lethal. I think that would be honestly, I think that would be extremely impressive if I see this one. And to be quite honest, this is the reason why I'm talking about the showcase before we have this showcase, and not like 30 minutes before like I normally do. While I'm giving this one its full on sort of stream, and the same thing I'm going to do when we get to PlayStations and stuff like, well, Xboxes and stuff, is just for the simple fact that with everything that's been going on in the gaming world this past year, I do feel like PlayStation needs to come out swinging, and since they're going first, I think it's a situation where they're trying to be like, all right, let's make sure that since we go first, that people are still going to be talking about our games and our showcases even after like Xbox, Ubisoft, and all them go. Like after that, like after the summer, and we're getting into fall when a lot of the games will be coming out and stuff. What if it's a situation like if I feel like it has to be that situation where they got to go hard this year. Like they 100%. Like again, you got to remember, Xbox has Bethesda now, like own, like they're a part of the studio. Like Microsoft owns them, so every game that we see from them, we already know. And the fact that the Activision Blizzard deal and stuff like that has already kind of been pushed in the UK now, past, like it's getting nearer and nearer. And knowing that pretty much I think it's already been sort of like teased and leaked out from leakers and stuff like that, that I think that it's going to be Modern Warfare 3, a certain like, I don't know if it's going to be like a remaster or whatever, but they did say it's supposed to have like its own like RPG mechanics this year to come out. That may be good. And with that leading the charge with Xbox and stuff like that, that's heavy. So I think we're in a situation where PlayStation's showcase is going to be pretty wild. Like more wild than I would say the past like 4 years of showcasing has been. Because again, we don't necessarily know, because PlayStation does have its contracts with Rockstar. Okay? And we don't know, because the dude that's the actor, I think, that's supposed to be playing the dude, he might be slated, may not be, but I can't remember. But he's been like tweeting out a bunch of things, pictures and stuff like that, giving like GTA 6 vibes off of it and everything. I don't necessarily know that we might not see an official, like an even more official Rockstar tease tomorrow. Because anytime they do anything with PlayStation, when Rockstar shows off their games and stuff like that, especially GTA, it's always PlayStation first. So, in my opinion, I think when PlayStation's going first, and we do see if we do see GTA 6, by the way, if we do, it might be a situation where I don't think we're talking about anything else throughout the rest of this summer except for GTA 6. And we'll be like, yeah, it came from PlayStation. Yeah, it was wild. And that'd be like what everybody's thinking of is PlayStation, GTA 6, PlayStation, GTA 6. Like the damn stream. Hey, like the stream. Like the stream. Sark was good. What is good? Was Modern Warfare 3 the futuristic one with the... No! Modern Warfare 3 was not futuristic jetpacks. Modern Warfare 3 was still boots on the ground. You're thinking of Infinite Warfare. Infinite Warfare was the last jetpack game to come out of the 3, and it was received widely bad, only for the simple reason that it actually was another jetpack. If you go back and look at it, it was like, if you go back and look at the trailer for it, the trailer was good. The actual game wasn't bad. It introduces a lot of the things that Call of Duty uses now with guns and stuff like that, and variants and blah blah blah. Like, it started. Like, that game started. So it really wasn't a bad game. It was jetpacks, and everybody was already tired of jetpacks, even after, in my opinion, Black Ops 3 was the best of the jetpack era. Like even after that, everybody was like, "The jetpacks," you know. So it is one of them situations. I'm more of an Xbox fan, but I cover both equally, and I don't like tend to use my like Xboxiness to be like, oh, I'm an Xbox fanboy. Like, no. Like, once I get enough money to buy a PlayStation, I'm gonna buy a PlayStation. I'm gonna have both of them. That was pretty much my sort of was pretty much what I wanted to do to begin with, was have both consoles. So I don't like either one be quite honest. If I had both of them, I'd be playing PlayStation games as long as I'd playing Xbox games. So to be quite honest, like yeah, I own an Xbox and a PC, but I still love PlayStation. I still play PlayStation when I go to my buddy's house and stuff. But just to answer that, it's fair. Like I let all fanboyism go out the door, and it's completely fair. Yeah, it is tomorrow. Like I'm talking about it today before it. That way I don't have to stream like 2 hours before talking about everything with predictions, because I'm going to probably start maybe like 30 minutes or so before the event actually goes live and everything. Will it show a new Budokai Tenkaichi 3 in the PlayStation Showcase? You mean Budokai Tenkaichi 4? I hate to say it, but it might. It might. Just for the simple fact that the Tenkaichi series was on PlayStation. I can't remember if it was on GameCube or no. I think it might have been. Was it on the Wii? I can't remember if it was on any of the other ones, but I just distinctly remember it to be PlayStation, and like it would make a lot of sense if the first actual trailer is from PlayStation, and it again it's probably going to be in all games, like all consoles. It's not going to be a PlayStation exclusive. There's no way that they make that game a PlayStation exclusive. Like especially how the like honestly, especially how the crowd and everyone online has received that game. There's no way that they make that a PlayStation exclusive, because that would literally mean it'd be one of those things where it's like everyone would be like, "Oh my god, I have to go buy a PlayStation." Like every Dragon Ball Z fan would have to own a PlayStation at that point, because that would be like one of the craziest games to play. Uh, so yeah, I can see that being wild. Appreciate it. Thank you. I'm doing pretty good, man. How are you? How are you? So, anyway, getting back to it, Spider-Man for sure is going to be there. Venom, I would love to see game down. Here's my honestly, I know we're going to see so many CGI trailers tomorrow. I already know it, but I hope that in certain games, we like Budokai Tenkaichi 4, Spider-Man, Wolverine. One of my biggest ones on my radar currently right now. Wolverine is like, in terms of PlayStation, like that's like Wolverine is on my radar, because if it's brutal, and I mean brutal, uh, it might be it for me. Honestly, it might, especially if it's really good and well written, like Spider-Man is. It might be game of the year. Like, might be. And I'm putting it up there with Starfield, especially knowing that Starfield will get a 60 frame upgrade and all that stuff too, because Phil's already talked about it. I'm gonna say that it might be, dude. It might be. It might be game of the year if Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Pain DLC comes out. If it doesn't come out, for me at least, because in my opinion, I think Cyberpunk is going to be, the DLC is going to be wild for that. Which, by the way, we should see that one on, I think, on Microsoft. Yeah, I think we should see that on Microsoft. Think any PlayStation 4 games? Do I think any PlayStation 4 games will be there? Uh, Probably still some. I would say. I think there's still. Uh, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're still supporting PlayStation 4 for a couple of more years. Same thing with the Xbox One and Xbox One X. I think they're slated to be supporting those consoles for like another 2 or so years. I know that's what Microsoft said, that the PlayStation, well, excuse me, not the PlayStation, but the Xbox One and One X would be supported for the next 5 years, and that was when the Xbox Series X and S came out, and that's been out for 3 years now. So, and that would be right around the time that we would get that mid-gen console update, where we'd get like probably the elite version of the X and S, and then PlayStation 5 Pro, so and Slim and all that. So yeah, it some I can see a couple of games. I honestly think Budokai Tenkaichi 3, excuse me, 4 will still be on like old gen consoles for sure. I can see that. Yeah, it should show it. I mean, to be quite honest, we might even see Xenoverse. I know that's a big one for a lot of people, and if I'm not mistaken, looking at this, uh, Capcom slated to be there, Naughty Dog slated to be there for things to showing up. Square Enix is there, Sucker Punch, Arrowhead Games, Santa Monica Studio, Firework. So like there's a couple. Oh, by the way, the Kojima project, again, that's one of the things that we don't necessarily know if it's going to be another Metal Gear in terms of Metal Gear Rising or just actual Metal Gear Solid. Like we don't know. We don't know. Like it could be a completely different thing. Oh man, appreciate you being here for a little bit. Start. Appreciate you being here. Boruto. Do I think Boruto game would be there? I don't know. I mean, I guess Boruto started going hard again for before it's going on its break, or is on its break now. I can't remember. So I don't know. It could be a possible thing. Don't forget Tekken 8. Well, here's the thing about the trifecta of all the fighting games: Tekken 8, Mortal Kombat, and Street Fighter. Street Fighter had its beta, which I haven't downloaded it. I still might. I feel like I should, to be quite honest, just to see. But those three, and that's without any other fighting games we don't necessarily know of. And I might include, well, I don't know if I should necessarily. Well, should I include Spider-Man in there? Spider-Man and Wolverine as fighting games. I know it won't be like online sort of situation, but should I? No, I'm gonna keep them in like the action games. Or classify them action fighting. That might be it. That might be a thing. We might do that one. But in terms of those big three competitive fighting games, we still haven't had the full-on trailer for Tekken 8 yet. We've just had all the character trailers with some movesets and stuff. So that still could be there and have like its whole cinematic trailer reveal. Street Fighter will probably still be there, have another trailer. Mortal Kombat might have an actual trailer there and not sort of like because I still want to call this more of like a teaser trailer, because they really necessarily didn't show any like actual fighting, and like they showed the finishers and stuff like that, but they didn't really show any like gameplay of like what the game's going to look like fighting wise. If you notice that, it was only the cinematic of our fatalities and stuff, which is brutal, by the way. I still want to see that one because we might actually have a trailer for that there, which would be amazing. And I think all those games are slated to come out in the fall or fall holiday times, if I'm not mistaken. And that is crazy. That is insane. That's 3 new fighting games, like, and that's not even like the inclusion of like, I think there's another. Oh, what is it? It's not Jump Force. Is it Jump Force? I think Jump Force is supposed to have another game or something like that. But I don't know if that'll be there. But I mean, just the thought of GTA 6 there is insane. And it's not even showing up on the sort of leaked on that one. And again, like I said, the Wolverine's not there, so I don't think this is fully real. But Snake Eater, Silent Hill 2 is something. That is definitely something. I don't know, because I think this is supposed to be an hour-long event, and I don't know if that's actually up on PlayStation right now. Let me actually check and see if PlayStation has that sort of live stream already slated. Because if it has that live stream slated, then that's crazy already. No, I don't see. Oh, yes, they do. Yes, they do. They have it scheduled already. So let me click that just to make sure, uh, because it is actually slated, and it has it at 19 hours. I forgot I don't have my other sort of screen on. If I think since I've done everything with my camera, I think I would have messed up then uh, my other monitor. So I don't know. Let me check for a second. See if I messed it up again. Yeah, I messed it up again. So I'm way over here now. But yeah, it has a slated. And there's people, there's people literally in this, like just sitting here, relaxing, and we have 19 hours. It doesn't. By the way, there you go. 19 hours. It's not 9. It's not just 9 hours. What you see there. It's actually 19 hours. 19 hours until this pops off. 4 p.m. So again, I'll be live 3:30, somewhere around there. And I just gotta, I gotta say, man, it might be too wild. And again, I was looking at this sort of right here from Naughty Dog, this whole leaked out thing. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I don't think it's really leaked, but this is what I was looking at for reference. So here's the thing. If we get, all right, chat, what's the game that you want to see the most? What is the one game from this showcase tomorrow that you want to see the most, or you hope that it is there? Even if it's not there, it's one of them situations where you hope it's there, like you want to see it. Because like I said, mine is Wolverine. I think Wolverine's probably gonna be the next like crazy big focus from PlayStation. I truly do. Because I think Spider-Man currently is right now. I think Spider-Man is going to be there. Holy crap. Or if it is another Metal Solid game. If we do get another Metal Solid game, then that might be the big focus. Just because it's Metal Gear Solid and probably Unreal Engine 5. That would be absolutely sick to play. I can see that. I can easily see that. But ooh, see, I've never heard of Lost Soul Aside, so that could be something. That could be like legitly like a new game, if it is. Spider-Man 2 and hopefully Tekken 4. Oh, Tenkaichi 4. Jump Force Ultimax. Oh, is that Ultimax? Ultimax? Jump Force Ultimax? Is that what it's actually called? Jump Force Ultimax? That's something. 100% Spider-Man 2's there. 100%. So I don't think you got to worry about that. I think it's just the last two. Like, I think the Tenkaichi 4 part is the one that if we get a full trailer on that one's going to be love. I'm going to love breaking that one down. Like, I'm going to love breaking that trailer down. They need to bring back Resistance Fall of Man. He had a good potential. Resistance Fall of Man. Yeah. I kind of feel like I get those almost mixed up a little bit. Because Resistance Fall of Man was that was the more alien, like invasion one. And I think Killzone wasn't, if I'm not mistaken. I think Killzone was more, I can't remember if it's organization sort of thing. I can't remember. But I want to say Killzone was like I want to say it was more of that sort of situation, and Resistance Fall of Man was the alien one, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, by the way. PlayStation All Stars 2. This early? Like, didn't that game come out not super long ago? So this early? And you guess Street Fighter 6. I mean, well, I think I would say if they have to fill the role for a fighting game, that would probably be there. I'm still expecting 2K24. Now that I'm thinking about it, Like 2K24, like I ain't heard nothing from 2K24. Like no leaks, no rumors, no nothing. So I'm 2K24 might be there as like another sports game thrown in a sports game. That Madden and maybe FIFA would take that with those spots if it is like indeed an hour and something long. If I'm not mistaken, it's an hour and something show, which is supposed to be slated like all gaming stuff. So that's insane. An hour plus of nothing but games. That's insane. Like I dream of that. Actually, I mean PlayStation. Well, Xbox did do it at their uh, developer direct, but it wasn't. It's like some of those games we definitely need to see more of. PlayStation also came out on. Oh, I'm thinking of something else then. Like I am thinking of another game. Should definitely do. Well, yeah. Then if it came out on PlayStation 3, yeah, godly, that's skipped a whole generation. Yeah, unless it had a. I don't think it had a remaster or nothing like that, did it? If it did, then that'd be something. I could see it. But yeah, this showcase, and I'm not gonna lie, just looking at it, I see a lot of people saying Bloodborne, PlayStation 5 Pro. I doubt that. Holy shit, I doubt that. If they see if y'all see the PlayStation 5 Pro, I would be scared already. Like I would be terrified if I was a PlayStation fan, because that would mean PlayStation is in a sense a little scared, because when you roll out that mid-gen console and it's not mid-gen yet, like mid-gen years yet, I'd be scared if I own a legit PlayStation 5. 100%. That's not even cap. I would be terrified because then I'd be like, wait, is my PlayStation gonna be more? Do I need to upgrade my PlayStation? Like, is there gonna be a part separately that I have to play to make it pay for to make it a Pro? Like, help? Because I would be terrified if that happens. I would not want to see a PlayStation 5 Pro there. I mean, maybe a Slim, maybe that, but not like the actual console like upgrade. Like, I don't mean like UI like upgrades and thrown in interface upgrades and stuff like that. I mean like legit like new technology in the damn thing. Like, I would not want to see that right now. No way. Turn your PlayStation 5 for PlayStation 5 Plus. I mean, yeah. I mean that. I think GameStop would be going buck wild for all the amount of PlayStation 5s that would be coming back in there. Like, hey, can I use this for credit? But I'd feel bad because they probably offer you like $200 for it, and you'd be like, oh hell no, no. But yeah, I can see something. I'd be terrified at that, because I'd be like, the console's only been out for 3 years, and to be quite honest, it's not like neither Xbox and PlayStation have seen like crazy dumb games. Like, besides I think the Dark Souls remake or Demon Souls remake, whichever one it was, it might have been Demon Souls or whatever. That one truly looked extremely next gen when it was shown, and when it came out on PlayStation, it looked next gen. The only thing really is like we've had a couple of games look good. Like even Saints Row got blasted because it doesn't look next gen whatsoever at all. It looks like it could literally came out on like the later ends of the Xbox One X and PlayStation 4 Pro. That's what it looks like it would have came out. Like, it doesn't look super next gen at all, to be quite honest. I was highly disappointed in it, and that's even with turning on 4K on it too. Like, but it doesn't have 4K 60 still for some reason. The game looks that way and doesn't have 4K 60 for some reason. Kind of wild. But yeah, that wouldn't be great at all. I have no idea, but what the hell this chat is talking about. I need to take that off of the PlayStation Showcase because that chat is just going wild, man. Like absolutely wild. But yeah, this like, in my opinion, I think we see. What was that? Hold up. Does anybody in here remember that astronaut looking game that PlayStation showed like a couple of years ago? Does anybody just by any chance in here, does anybody literally remember the actual like name of that trailer, like what that game was called, if it was even called something? I truly can't remember what that was called. So if one of y'all remember what that was, I like, let me know what that was. I'm trying to look that up, and if somebody sees it before, like, let me know, because I need to see what was that PlayStation 5, because I want to see that one. PlayStation, what was it? What was that? Was it heavy? Was it heavy body? No, it wasn't heavy body. What the hell was that? What was it called? It was a Capcom game. Pragmatic. I think it's Pragmata. Pragmata. Yeah, Pragmata. I want to see this game. Let me put that on screen for you really quick. I want to see this game. This Pragmata game. I want to see that. I want to see this game. By the way, yeah, you won't be able to see me. I'm going to be over here. But I want to see this game for the showcase tomorrow. Because I want to say it has been like 2 years. 2 or 3 years. I can't remember since they shown this off. The trailer for this was wild. Like, the graphics on this definitely is, if I'm not mistaken, Unreal Engine 5. Like, absolutely insanity. I'm hoping that this game is here, because in my honest opinion, for PlayStation fans and stuff like that, if this game is there, and again, this could not just be a exclusive for all I know, but if it's there, I want, like, I mean, look at this. Like, look at the actual interface, like, of this still shot. Like, I want this at big screen at one point. That way, while we're watching this trailer, if it is there tomorrow or something like that they show anything, I personally want it just for the simple fact that so I can break it all down on how insane this actually looks, and the thought of having that hologram come out of that in like real time playing the game and seeing that, because it's not like a situation where if you remember playing the Division 2, you remember playing the Division and the Division 2, where it was like you would go across those hologram things and it would somewhat play it out, but it wouldn't play like all of it all the way out and stuff like that all the time. Like, this one looks like it's going to be like a situation where it's playing it all out. Like, everything that is from that hologram or whatever is playing out. Like, that would be dope. Like, same thing sort of situation for Fallout 5. Like, I personally think that with the Pit-Boy and stuff like that, that with that Pit-Boy, it needs to have that, like, when you pick up like a holotape, stuff like that, it needs to like put it in and then project it out of like what is being acted out. That would be amazing. The stream for the PlayStation starts at 4 o'clock Eastern time, but I'll be live at 3:30 Eastern time to be a little bit before then, just so we can sort of get everybody back in, everybody can get the notifications for it, and be coming in, get some snacks ready and everything. You think this generation has been lacking since both Sony and Microsoft? have been supporting cross-gen too much for the first year. I won't say they've been supporting it like crazy. There's only like a couple of games out there that still allow that sort of thing to even happen. So it's not like every game that comes out is like, oh yeah, cross-gen. Oh yeah, cross-gen. Not all of them. Like, yeah, majority of them going forward will be, but I will agree that in my honest opinion, I think this gen so far has been extremely lackluster. Majority, I don't think a lot of the studios honestly were ready for a lot of these games to be out. I truly don't think so. Um, and again, we've had two 2Ks since launch, stuff like that. So we've had two 2Ks. Uh, we've had a Call of Duty come out. Like we've had supposedly like heavy hitters come out, and then like a bunch of games just get sort of like the next gen upgrade to make them look better, maybe and run better. But we haven't really like Resident Evil remake was great. Uh, Dead Space remake was great, and to be quite honest, it's like the more I say remake, the more I'm just starting to remember they took really good games from back then and just remade them, and we're like, oh, the game's so good. Like when technically speaking, we're just remembering that how good that game, how good actual games used to be made. To be quite honest, like if you already take a good remake, then if you already take a good game and remake it, then it should still be good because it was a good game to begin with. So, like in my opinion, the whole lackluster of that's kind of tainted uh, this gen as well too, because I just don't think a lot of I don't think a lot of studios were ready for this move, and obviously maybe like mid-gen when we've had more time to play around with like Unreal Engine 5 and stuff like that, then they will. That's one thing that's so smart about Grand Theft Auto and Rockstar is because they won't rush any game out, and they know better to rush their game out because they're like, if I rush my game out and it's a complete buggy mess, it doesn't matter how many updates I do and make this game that much more better. The first impression that you make upon like a purchaser, like someone that's your customer, is that, oh, you put out a buggy game that shouldn't have been released for money because it was hype. Yeah, it's not a good look. So I love the fact that Rockstar can literally just go, you know what? Let's not say anything about our game for 17 years. And then we release it when it's literally a masterpiece. And we know it's a masterpiece because we waited so long to make the game. Like, I'm sure they've been making it. I'm sure they've been making GTA 6 for probably 5 or 6 plus years. I would be honest. If I was just a betting man, I would say they've been making it for 5 plus years. Easily. Kill Switch, what's good, my guy? What is good? So, I don't know. But the whole situation of GTA 6 is just like, if we do see GTA 6 tomorrow, then Jesus. If we see GTA 6, and this is just hypothetical, it's not like it's leaked to be there. It's not like it's just, oh, it was slated by PlayStation, Sony themselves that, you know, it's going to be, or Rockstar said it themselves. That hasn't happened. If it is there, I keep saying this, but I truly don't think. I don't think the gaming world is ready for that game. Because if it has been, like, you got to remember, if this game, from the old leaks that we've seen, I mean the old builds of the characters, the city was still decent. Like, still decent in the old builds that they were using to test animations. Old builds. And we don't know how old they were either. So, and we know it's not gonna come out this year. Let's be honest. We know it's not coming out this year. So they'll have probably still a year plus because they'll probably come around holiday 2024 or even 2025 at the latest. If it's there, I just don't. I think the gaming world might explode because I think every person that does remotely anything gaming wise would probably just be talking about GTA 6. Like everywhere you go will just be GTA 6. And if GTA 6 is there, and in my opinion, I think if Sony's like, all right, Rockstar, you gotta give me a trailer to show at this one because we got a lot. PlayStation's on our Xbox is on our heels. Nintendo's on our heels. Like Nintendo's putting out bangers. They're about to be dropping bangers as well too. We need you to drop a trailer. Like, and we only see the trailer. And again, if it's only like PlayStation gets the trailer and that's it, like Xbox doesn't get the trailer to show even at its showcase like weeks later, that's still crazy. Like that's like that would be insane. That'd be like the only thing anybody talks about for the summer. Because I don't think like anybody could be like, oh, I've never played Grand Theft Auto, or at least Grand Theft Auto 5. To be like, oh, I've never played Grand Theft Auto 5. If you somehow manage to not play Grand Theft Auto 5 for the past 3 generations of consoles so far, I might give you an award, dude. Like, real talk, I might have to give you like the most will-powered person in the world award. Yeah, I'd have to. Like, because there's no way. Every last one of us could probably name off games that someone else has never ever played. But in terms of like a generation that's probably, I would say 40 and under right now, like at least everyone has played Grand Theft Auto at some point, I would say. At least. Like like whether like a kid or grandkid or something like that, like gave you the controller really quick and was like, oh yeah, this is Grand Theft Auto. Like you have at some point. Easily. Ain't no way. But this Pragmata game is just one of the games that I feel like needs to be there. I think my top 3 games that need to be there, and I'm not going to put Spider-Man because I already know Spider-Man's going to be there. My top 3 games that I would personally want to see, and if all of them come true, I'll be extremely happy. Budokai Tenkaichi 4 trailer. Full-on trailer is number 1. Number 2 is Wolverine. And number 3 is GTA. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'll put Wolverine number 1 and switch it with Budokai Tenkaichi 4 being there for a trailer. So that'd be my top 3 that I'd want to see in that order because it's going from like most likely to least likely in the top 3. And I again, I still think GTA 6 is likely to not be here just because it's Rockstar, and literally Rockstar loves to do their own sort of things at times with their games and putting their games out and stuff. So I could easily see them doing their own sort of promotion thing where they're like, I don't need it to be a PlayStation. We already have a contract, but I don't need to show it at PlayStation showcase. Easily. Still need to see more about that Arc Raiders game too, but that's not distinctly just PlayStation. That's like all consoles, if I'm not mistaken. Jump Stars. Damn. Jump Stars. Is that what the no? Is that what it was? Was it J-Star? All those old games that had like all of the anime characters in it. It was Jumpstar, wasn't it? It what? Hold up. Yeah, I think it was Jumpstar or J-Star. Yeah, J Stars. Actually, if I remember those games, I don't think those games were terrible. I don't think they were. I thought they were, I guess, pretty average. If I remember seeing them, they were like pretty average. Man, that is old. Looking at exactly what talking about for a second, like that is old man. Twisted Metal. Actually, I think Twisted Metal was actually one of those games that's slated to be there because everybody's been talking about a rumored Twisted Metal like car explosion sort of car arena sort of game, like survival game. And I think Twisted Metal was there like a whole remake or something like that was what was being said. So you actually might have your wish get granted on that one, to be quite honest. But in terms of that game, yeah, I remember those games. I guess it necessarily would almost look something like Budokai Tenkaichi 4, somewhat, but not all the way, but like somewhat like Budokai Tenkaichi 4. Also, what am I doing? Why is this all the way up? There we go. That's so much better. Let me that out. Oh yeah, perfect. Better. Way better. It's too wide out. I didn't like it. But like that's insane to me. Like it's I don't know, it's like that excitement of having a new just slot of games every year that's slated to come out that you're just like, by the time these come out, which one of these are going to be absolutely dog water and which one of these games that I thought was going to be absolutely bad is the best game that I played out of. Like, because I'm at that point now where I'm like, I know one of the games is going to be like, one of the top games is going to be like, and then the other games are going to be like, yeah. Like, I know it's going to happen. And I'm not worried about Spider-Man. I'm worried about that astronaut game, that Pragmata, and maybe Wolverine. Oh, God, I might be worried about Wolverine. I might be worried about they might do Wolverine wrong, to be quite honest. And also that Kojima. I don't know why, but the Kojima games, like I always, like besides the Metal Gears, like everything else I just feel like is always like super weird and not even on my radar. Like Dead Stranded, like had a cool trailer, but it wasn't like on my radar to play. So I'm not like the only thing that gets me excited for the Kojima is if we get a Metal Gear Rising game. Like it's just another Metal Gear Rising. Then I'll be like, all right, this is up my alley. But if it's not, then I'll just probably be like, whatever. It's whatever. So I'm hoping. I'm very much hoping. And I don't even know for Budokai Tenkaichi 4 because I feel like that's one of the things that is on like everyone's radar again for Budokai Tenkaichi 4 to be there. But what would you want from the trailer though? Because I would personally like. I know we got the Goku transformation, but I think personally I'd want them to show characters that's never been in the Budokai Tenkaichi 4 games. Well, Budokai Tenkaichi games, like even spicy, like side characters in movies, like the henchmen in movies, or just a henchman in general. I want to see something like that. Because then that would let me know that the roster is going to be freaking enormous. And like Dragon Ball Z could easily be a 200 plus game, like 200 plus character game. Easily. Not including like all the transformations in terms of like, oh, that's different. Like if it's just Goku and you got to go through all his transformations, you could easily probably squeeze in 200 plus characters from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Super current. Anime wise, probably not. Manga wise, but anime wise, easily. Easily. Also, Chad, if you haven't already hit the like button, I greatly appreciate you hitting the like button on the streams. Because, like I said, tomorrow's gonna be nutty. And tomorrow pretty much kicks off, I think, all of the summer sort of showcases. So, I think it goes. See if I can find that sort of schedule of that one. I might not be able to find that schedule. 2023. Let me see if I can find that one. Also, oh wow, so I forgot about Summer Games Fest. That's another massive one. But their partners are wild because they got like Netflix in there. They got Xbox, Ubisoft, Warner Brothers. Like they got Disney in there, EA, Activision. Like they is that developer direct, Steam, Sega. Like they got a lot. The Phoenix Labs, PlayStation. So I don't know. Fortnite Battle Royale. Wait, are you saying like as a you want to see like another Fortnite sort of thing there? Because as far as I remember, they did the Fortnite creator thing not that long ago, where they showed off all the creation things that people could start doing in the Fortnite game engine and stuff like that, and everything that they could sort of create. And they had some massive things that look incredibly good. I actually have not been able to keep up with that one, so I don't necessarily know what's all still going on with that. If people are actually like making things now in the game, or if people are just still waiting to do that. Like I don't necessarily know. So correct. So let me know about that if that is already still out on Fortnite. What are you doing, bruh? Okay. Anyway, I want to say the all 2023. There was a showcasing that had all the whole schedule. Hold up. If I could find it. I still can't. Where is it at? I think it might be here. Yeah. Okay, so it's PlayStation Showcase, which is tomorrow. Which let me pop that on screen really quick so people can still see this. But so you see that it has the PlayStation on May 24th, MetaQuest Gaming Showcase, which is that Oculus and all that stuff. That's June 1st. Summer Games Fest is June 8th. Days of the Dev Summer Game Fest Edition is also June 8th. And then you have Tribeca Games Spotlight. That is June 9th. Wholesome Direct is June 10th. Future Games Showcase, which probably have a lot of PCs. Oh, well, there's PC Game Showcase. I was about to say that. But it'll have a lot then. So, Xbox Game Showcase and Starfield double feature will be the 11th, and so will the PC Game Showcase. PC Game Showcase is wild. Just for a general, because that's a lot of games that won't pop off on PC and so on consoles and stuff sometimes, or maybe get like a console support, like port later on or whatever. But PC games is to pretty much showcase like how powerful pretty much the PC is compared to the consoles. To be quite honest, Ubisoft Forward, looking forward to that one, and then Xbox Game Showcase extended. What? Wait, I didn't. Whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't know that. I did not. Okay, I did not know that they were doing another one a couple of days later. So that's 3 game showcases for Xbox in 2 days. That's 3. What the heck? Yeah, THQ Nordic Digital. That's August 11th. Gamescom opening night. Yeah, that's the 22nd. They'll show more like fighting game stuff and all that there. Future Game Show. That's August 23rd. I didn't know that they were doing. I only thought they were doing 2 shows. So I literally just learned something today. I just learned something. You just seen that. What the crap? What the crap? So what could they be showing extended unless it's like some actual gameplay of certain games that they show off? Because I know we're talking about PlayStation here. We'll continue talking about PlayStation. We'll just continue to talk about PlayStation. So, in my opinion, that's insane. That is insane. So, if I look at that, there's a wish list for the showcase. People got wish lists already. Holy crap. Oh, okay. So that definitely, what I seen earlier, that's definitely somebody's wish list. That was not full on leaked. That was definitely someone's wish list. Single player games. Excuse me? Excuse me? Wait a minute. Wait, they're trying to redo the chainsaw. What's her name? Chainsaw something. Lollipop Chainsaw. I think I think they're trying to redo that. That's something. I didn't expect that. Marvel vs. Capcom 4. I mean, for the fighting world, that would be insane. I'm not even gonna lie to you. For the fighting world, that would be insane. Like, insane levels of insane. Damn. I'm not even gonna cap. That'd be nutty. Like truly, truly, truly nutty. Holy crap. By the way, let me log in really quick. So, also let me change the camera back too. There we go. There we go. Change the camera back. That's what I need. That is what I needed. So let me click this one because I haven't been on this in a little bit. Make sure ain't nothing popped up for tonight. as I'm talking. Nope, good. Perfect. Zero Ryu and Spider-Man is your team. Okay. I don't know if I ever. Yeah, I did. I played the Spider-Man a couple times. Like I don't think I actually really played Marvel vs. Capcom like that back in the day. At least I never played it to the point where I was just like obsessed with it like some people. Have a good one, my guy. Appreciate you being here. You would like to see a versus game like DBZ versus Marvel type? Well, I think you're still gonna. I think I don't know. I don't know if that ever let that one happen. That's not like Dragon Ball Z versus. So I don't know because I mean it's weird because the Dragon Ball Z license has been in so many games now, so many different games that it's kind of one of those situations where I'm like it could happen at any point now, like at any point in time. I feel like it could just happen, you know. But I don't know. Like I want this one just to sort of like hype people up for tomorrow because I think tomorrow's gonna be amazing. I think tomorrow's gonna be one of our like craziest, coolest uh days of the year. It's just because the simple fact that we're getting new games that so many people can't wait for. I know I can't wait for. I'm extremely excited. Oh well, Celtics are winning currently right now, but like I'm extremely excited for it. Like I truly cannot wait to get my hands on new trailers for games and maybe even some gameplay and seeing what I'm in store for, you know, later on down the line. Because if I'm in store for like something absolutely amazing of like just gaming revolution of everything that we knew is like out the window and like new games are like just blowing the old games out the water. That's what I want. And let me run through all of this right now. So I'm still doing everything. Well, I don't know, chap. Uh, actually, how many of y'all are place actually have PlayStation? Actually, how many people have a PlayStation 5 currently in here right now? I want to know. Like, I actually want to know that. Like, how many of you have an actual PlayStation 5 right now? Like, I'll probably do the same thing for Xbox later on. Like, when we do Xbox showcases and stuff. But, how many of y'all actually have a PlayStation 5? Like, I want to know. Because having the next gen console is pretty crazy. Like I know we're seeing more of them now, but it's one of them situations where it hasn't hit everyone to be able to just get them, especially not when everything's more expensive in the world. To be quite honest, that took longer than it needed to. Not even gonna lie, that took way longer than it needed to be. All right, do this. Both systems 2 years running. So you like the only one right now that has a PlayStation? Because I kind of figured that the way PlayStation talked about a lot, I think kind of figured most people would have a PlayStation. To be quite honest, I mean that's what they would tell you pretty much about PlayStation selling. Yeah, I ain't seen nothing, bro. Yeah, I ain't. What is that? According to Square Enix, PlayStation offered a better deal than Xbox for Final Fantasy 16. Oh wait, is that the only reason why? Wait, that's the only reason why PlayStation Final Fantasy 16 is only on PlayStation? Is literally money? Uh, I okay. That's a little exposy, in my honest opinion. Uh, yeah, that just feels a little. That just feels a little exposy. I don't know why. I don't know. I really don't know how to feel about that one. That one really truly does feel exposy. Like exposed. Like I don't know. I kind of like exposed Square Enix to be quite honest, more than exposed like anyone else in this situation. Like it kind of seems like they went to both Microsoft and PlayStation and was like, um, all right, I got this great game, and you want it for the right price? And then it's kind of like then they went to like PlayStation, and or they went to PlayStation first, and then was like, and then went to Xbox, and Xbox is like, we spending like billions of dollars on a certain shit. Well, and they were like, oh well, PlayStation it is. That's what it feels like. That's that's kind of it's kind of douchey. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Damn, bro. I'm not even seeing nothing else. Anyway, that's one of the reasons, but that's not all. Well, what's the rest? Like I'm trying to figure out what's the rest of it then, because it kind of seems like it was a power move for money in terms of business wise. It's like, hey, like whoever offers me the most money. I mean, that'd be like if I just started doing sponsorships by who offered me the most money instead of not liking the product or anything. Like if two people came to me and was just like, "Hey, we're going to offer you this much money, or we're going to offer you this much money. Which one you going to?" It's like kind of same reason why I guess a lot of people endorse certain situations just money wise. But I'd be like, no, I actually like the other one more. I'm gonna do that one, or probably not even either. Maybe I did like neither one of them. But damn, that's wild. So I'm trying to hear out what was the next thing. What was the other reason? Because like I said, from what it's seen, it's just money wise. That's it. Like I said, it doesn't seem like it exposes anybody but them. Like somebody who kind of got like a little bitter and was like, all right, we'll expose you. Like that's what it feels like. Mm, mm. What was this? If you taken out by enemy. Oh damn. Dude, I feel like everybody's like wanting Budokai Tenkaichi 4 and I guess the Naruto Road Boruto or whatever it is. I can't remember. Storm remastered something. I can't remember what the hell it is. But a lot of people want them two there. A lot. Bro. Yeah, Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest. No. PlayStation 5 was stronger when it comes to high quality gaming, while Xbox is getting held back by the Series S. That's what the director said. Really? Getting held back? Really? Have you actually owned? Like, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Have you actually owned a Xbox Series S? Like, have you actually seen gameplay from an Xbox Series S? I just want you to answer that question. No disrespect to that. It kind of seems like you kind of were on that one, but if you're quoting what was said from the director, it kind of seems like Loki's hating, or he just didn't want to, or the studio didn't want to actually have two more versions of the game, so they chose one version of the game over two versions of the game. Because if you played the Xbox Series S and somebody that has it that started out with the Xbox Series S before I got the Xbox Series X, I can 100% tell you that the Xbox Series S is probably being underutilized a lot, and it's probably one of the most powerful machines because you're getting the actual next gen console literally at $300 instead of paying $500 for the Xbox Series X or the PlayStation 5. So, in a sense, you're literally getting upscale 4K 60 that can go all the way up to 120 frames, might I add, at 1440. Can play, if you have that refresh monitor, that's what it can do. I literally have it in the closet right now. And the only reason why it's in the closet is just for the simple fact that I got the Xbox Series X downstairs and I don't have another TV in here. Like, that's it. Like, it's that powerful. So, in my opinion, the only reason why anything's getting held back by gaming currently right now is because of the situation that everyone's still making games for the Xbox One and One X and the PlayStation 4 and 4 Pro. That's it. If everyone literally stopped and just made the games for just next gen, like basically they should be doing in year 3, then yeah, every game would be better, and no one would be saying anything about the Xbox Series S holding anything back, because I actually own it and I played on it for almost a year before I got my Xbox Series X, and I never had a complaint. Not one game that I played that I was like, this game can't run this game. Like, the whole console just can't run it. I never once said that at all. I have said, oh, this game's bad on this one just for the simple fact that the game was terrible. And it was terrible before, like, it was pretty much put on it, like, what people seen. That's it. Oh, no. I got you. Like, I got what you're saying, but what I'm saying is that's completely ignorant for them to say that for Final Fantasy 16 because of that. Like I said before, it smelled like they took the money that they got paid for, especially seeing as we know that PlayStation has contracts saying that don't develop on Xbox. Distinctly don't develop on Xbox. Whereas Microsoft, I've never once heard any article or anything come out for them saying, especially when they were on top, because I think the gaming world seems to forget, and you got to educate the gaming world every now and then. But the 360 was the far superior console to the actual PlayStation 3. Same thing, probably, honestly, with the Xbox Series X. Well, Xbox One X was more powerful than the PlayStation 4 Pro. It was. Like, I mean, you could even still go do tests on it. It literally was more powerful. It's just when you got a situation where they went through that whole console war, and to be quite honest, they lost that one hands down. Xbox lost that console generation last gen hands down. So that's what makes all the propaganda right now about how the PlayStation and Xbox is perceived. But even then, you're going back, and again, that only started with the PlayStation 4 when they got on top, when they started pretty much directing everyone to only make games for our console, and that's it. Like keep it off of. And I've never heard that for Nintendo wise, because Nintendo usually doesn't make all whatever games. That's just how Nintendo is. But I never heard that from Xbox. I never heard that from Microsoft. It was only Sony on that one. So in my honest opinion, I still feel like Sony pays a lot of people off, and is still doing their certain thing where they're like, oh yeah, still get caught with it, of being like, yeah, keep it off this. We'll pay you extra money. So like I said before, I think they just went for the extra money and was like, fine, we'll take that extra money. That's it, because there ain't no way it was anything in terms of developing on the Xbox Series X that would keep you. Even if they were like, oh yeah, we don't like, it's the Xbox Series S's. The Xbox Series S's fault that y'all won't get this. Oh, okay. Like that's weird to me, but it is. Yeah, like I said, I think it's one of them situations, but I think it honestly. I think Microsoft's going to play it pretty great. Same thing with PlayStation. I still think they're going to play it really great because again, it is a business tactic. It's low key a dirty business tactic, but it is a business tactic. It keeps their business going afloat. So understandable. But I personally feel like they're going to go hard tomorrow, and it's going to be absolutely nasty. Like, PlayStation event is going to be wild. And then we just learned that Xbox has 3 events. One is the first show, and then right after that is Starfield show, and then literally is an extender 2 days later. That's insane. That's actually insane to think about. So we'll see on a lot of things, but I personally think it's one of them situations. I'm like, eh. I think it's all BS at times. Like, it's like, oh, it's in the contract to get paid to say this. Like, for instance, when Microsoft was in control of their contract with Call of Duty got stuff on Xbox before PlayStation did. Same thing PlayStation did to Microsoft once they got their contract, but they just went more ludicrous with it than Xbox did. They actually literally are going, like, they actually go out of their way to hurt the Xbox and Microsoft image and Microsoft branding. Like, there's 2 different ways you go with business. Like, the same thing for if you work somewhere or you go to school, peers, whatever. Like, if I came out here and say every other person that does the same field of thing that I do in gaming, like plays Dokkan Battle and stuff like that, well, Dokkan Battle and stuff. If I came out here and I just like roasted and tried to destroy someone's image, some other content creator's image all the time, while trying to make myself look better, like all the time, that's what you get the percent. You'd be like, oh, well, somebody's watching for the first time, and be like, oh, well, that guy's awful. Like, of course I'm gonna subscribe to you. Like, that guy's awful. Like, if somebody was doing that to me or whatever, it'd be like, that's one of their tactics to get better and get, I guess, higher subscriber count. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be a tactic. It's dirty, but it's a tactic. So it's just one of them situations. But I don't care, because I'm just like, if Xbox is going to have their showcase and it's going to be 3 or whatever, they better equal. All 3 of parts better equal up to a whole and be better than Sony's. That's all I got to say, because I truly think Sony's is going to be really, really good tomorrow. Like, like I don't think people are with the good night's sleep that you about to get and wake up midday tomorrow. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Can't wait for it though. Same thing with everyone else's that I'll watch. Can't wait for it. All right, I think I'll exhaust this stamina, and that'll be it, probably for this stream. Because, like I said, I'll be alive for 30 minutes before PlayStation Showcase tomorrow, which is going to be pretty wild. I gotta say, I think that's going to be pretty awesome, and I can't wait for that. Oh, I can't wait for that showcase, man. I truly can. It's going to be absolutely insane. I hope you guys are ready for it tomorrow. I really do. Like, I hope you're ready for it tomorrow. Because, again, this isn't like my normal sort of content, like playing Dokkan Battle is. But in terms of like, oh, I'll take that 10. Damn, I'll take that. But just in terms of like gaming in general, it's like one of my roots of why I started YouTube is gaming wise and not just like I didn't start YouTube with just playing Dokkan Battle. Like I think some people forget that, or especially newer people. Like normally when you watch someone doing something normally every day, you think that that's what they started out doing on the platform, but that is not what I started out doing. I kind of actually stumbled in to this game, to be quite honest. Like it was actually kind of weird how it happened, because I was actually like looking for another Dragon Ball Z game to play, and I was like, I wonder what there is, and I just typed in a Dragon Ball Z game, like new Dragon Ball Z game, and Dokkan Battle happened to pop up, and it was literally Lemon Ichigo, and that was the first content creator in terms of Dokkan Battle that I actually ever seen. And I had my channel before then, but like not long before then. So it's kind of crazy. And now I think he like barely plays Dokkan. And there's like so many people now that somehow play Dokkan out of nowhere. I don't know why, but I feel like we get so many like new Dokkan Battle content creators. Like I feel like every time I turn around, there's like a new one. Like every time. Which is kind of cool for the community, because that means there's new people. There's new people coming in. See what they do next month. Hopefully, well, I know from Xbox's sort of teasers and stuff like that. Like last year, all their direct developers, well, yeah, developer directs and all that stuff, and their showcases, they were all sort of Starfield themed. I've noticed this year, I don't think there's this got that theme on it, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So, like, when I come over here and I look at it, like, theirs is different. Like obviously it's Starry for Starfield Direct. It's like right, literally, yeah, immediately following their showcase. That's Sunday, right? Immediately following. It's not like the other ones where you go down here and you see like the other one that's like right under that I'm highlighting. This one was had like this sort of like eclipse, like it was a moon or sun that was like in front of the moon or whatever, or excuse me, moon in front of the sun, sort of eclipse, like pretty much, and you got all stars around it. Like that's not the simple case anymore, because now you see you have that same effect that you've seen in Avowed. So I think this year Avowed is the big game. Last year it was Starfield, and Starfield's coming out this year. That's why we're getting this Starfield Direct. That's probably going to give us a lot more gameplay and stuff like that, and mechanics, blah, blah, blah. This one is Avowed. So that means we're probably going to focus more on Avowed for the next year. And that if and here's my thing. If Xbox is putting that game forward and saying this is our game forward, then that means they got high hopes for the game. Like high hopes. And Starfield is their high hope game. It is high past the ceiling is for their game. So that means that if I'm right and Avowed is the next one that they're hyping up, then that says a lot to me. That says that Avowed next year is the big Xbox game, which will be on Game Pass day one. That's showing me that they're probably like, Avowed might even be better than Starfield, to be quite honest, because we don't know really jack ish about Starfield except for the teaser trailer that we got, and that it's supposed to be Skyrim, but Obsidian. So if that says anything to you, it's supposed to be Starfield. Excuse me, not Starfield, but it's supposed to be Skyrim, like Elder Scrolls Obsidian. The last time they done that, where they took a Bethesda game and made their own game out of it, it was, if I'm not mistaken, Fallout New Vegas. And Fallout New Vegas literally might be one of the best of all of the Fallout games. Especially from user and from that community that rally around Bethesda games and stuff, and the Fallout fanboys and stuff like that. They'll tell you that's probably like one of the better ones, especially story wise. Something it just felt good. They might make a better Skyrim than Skyrim. Might. Just saying. And if that's the case, that's why. That will push Xbox over. If Avowed is like a game, if Avowed or Starfield are even at the Game Awards this year, like nominated, yeah. Like, cause you gotta realize, like, Xbox really didn't have shit there at the last Game Awards. They have shit. So if it goes from like not having shit there to, oh, you have a couple of games from Xbox Studios that's there this year, people start looking back around like, oh, well, all right, so Xbox had some good games. So now you can't be like, all right, Xbox didn't have any good games. There you got, oh, Xbox got some good games. And before anybody says anything, hold on for a second. Sorry about that. Anyway, yo, what's good? Ready for the anniversary? For Dokkan Battle. Yeah, I'm definitely ready for that anniversary. Even though it's not my hypest anniversary, I am ready for it, 100%. But back to what I was saying. If we get games and they're there for the actual Game Awards, some of them are nominated for Xbox. That's gonna be scary for all PlayStation fanboys that like, and I don't mean like the cool PlayStation fanboys. Like, I don't mean y'all. I mean like the toxic PlayStation fanboys, the ones that are like, Xbox has no games, and then when we buy studios, they're like, That's not fair. And then PlayStation buys studios, and they're like, well, that's fair because PlayStation needs more games because Xbox bought play people too. Type of situation, like you know what I mean, the toxic side of it. Y'all ain't got nothing to say to him, especially if Avowed is wild. Like, in my honest opinion, when we get to the Xbox showcase, Avowed is at the top. Like Avowed, and then probably Fable is things that I want to see because if you look at it, it's still magical. It's still got that magical sort of feeling. That's the reason why I'm saying it's going to be a Avowed theme, or I didn't really give two thoughts of Fable because Fable was shown like 3 years ago. And holy crap, was Fable shown 3 years ago? Holy shit! Fable was shown 3 years ago? And we ain't even got an update? Oh my god, we haven't got an update on Fable in 3 years. Dude, there's got to be a trailer sometime coming for Fable. Hell, it might even be this showcase, and that's maybe the extended version. It might even be, because that just blew my damn mind. It's been 3 years and we ain't even seen a Fable. We ain't seen nothing. And they still got Perfect Dark that they showed like a year or two ago. I think 2 years ago. Perfect Dark. Yeah, like low-key, they got heavy hitters that they haven't shown, but those heavy hitters are probably not coming out until, I would say, 2025, 2026 will probably be a lot of those games. Maybe like definitely for like Fable and Perfect Dark, probably then. Like, because if I'm following with PlayStation, what we possibly see from PlayStation, I'm thinking like if we do see like Ghost of Tsushima 2, which by the way, if we see Ghost of Tsushima 2, it's bruh, Biz Marquee beatboxing is gonna happen. Because I think everyone would be like, what the fuck? Like, I think everyone collectively will be like, what the fuck? So, I think we see that. If we see that, that's why I forgot to put that on my top 3. If I go top 5, it'd be 4. Because I don't know how you make that game look better than it did, and also the gameplay was just amazing and stuff. So I really don't know. Like in terms of PlayStation, in terms of Sony tomorrow, if that is shown and it's just bonkers, I don't know what else to. I don't know what to do, what else to say, or how to react, because that would just be insane. Like literally insane, to the point of like that might be a game of the year contender alone, just from the name alone of Ghost of Tsushima 2. Because I think was it a game of the year contender? It might have been a game of the year contender. I can't remember, but I know there was I know it was God of War, obviously Elden Ring, and Elden Ring won, but ooh, it might have been up there. I want to say it might have been. So holy crap! Holy crap! PlayStation, like a lot, PlayStation's got some low key heavy hitters as well too, that we ain't seen nothing for a long time. I couldn't imagine a new Spiral game like in Unreal Engine 5 Spiral. First, did anybody ever play Spiral, by the way, bro? A next gen version of that would probably go hard. Like, I probably had to buy a place. I definitely probably had to buy a PlayStation. I wouldn't even be able to play because probably Icy White would play more than I would. So I think we got a Spiral game. That'd be wild. Like a classic game getting a remaster or so. Like every time a PlayStation event, like each year, would be insane. Because we had, I don't think we had to do Jack and Dexter. Have we? No, we had, because we had Ratchet and Clank. So we haven't had a Jack and Dexter remake. I don't think, bro. All you worried about is Spider-Man tomorrow? Spider-Man might be one of the games for a contender. I mean, there's a reason why I got Spider-Man as the thumbnail. But yeah, it could, especially if it's a lot more. If it like, I'm just saying a lot more polished because I still think Spider-Man was pretty polished, but obviously every game has tweaks and stuff like that that can help it. So if it's just tweaked a little bit better, um, then yeah, because it's, I guess technically speaking, the same place. Like, you're still in New York, so it's not like you're going like, oh, Spider-Man. This Spider-Man was in New York, but Miles Morales is in California. Like, it's not like that, or Chicago or something. Like, it's not like that. So that's why I'm like, but I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't really like, after the old Spider-Man games, I didn't necessarily really care for Spider-Man that much for a little bit, because I know the games were good, but it was just like, you're technically just getting the same map over and over and over, just better looking each time. That's it. Like maybe you get more missions out of it. You do a little bit more with just web slinging and all that stuff, but it's just like the same. It's just same New York. Every game. It'd be different if it was like you went to a different location. Then I'd be like, all right, this is interesting. But I think that's the only, if that's the only take back I have for Spider-Man, that would be it. Is that it's like the same. It'd be like if like, it's almost like kind of like Call of Duty, where every year that it's Treyarch or it's not Activision, excuse me, but Infinity War. If it's an Infinity War game, like, you're always gonna get a shipment. Like, you're always gonna get shipment, and now probably shootouts. And if it's Treyarch, you're always getting Nuketown. You feel me? So it's one of them situations. It's like, yeah, it's probably gonna look different, but it should be the same layout every time. It's just it looks different, but it's gonna be the same layout every time. So it's like, on it. But I can see that being worried, because I think a lot of people are worried about Spider-Man. I think a lot of people just want to see Spider-Man tomorrow, and that's about it. Like, everybody's like, Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Like, dude, I feel like we can go back in there and look at it and still be talking about Spider-Man. Like, I don't think we're gonna see a God of War. I don't think we see another God of War game. But is this what they're showing? Upcoming? Oh, so oh wait, whoa. Hold on for a second. Let me turn this around for this microphone to me for a second this way. Hold on. Assassin's Creed might be there. If you have a PlayStation, are you playing Forspoken? Because I heard that game was ass. I'm going to be quite honest with you, and I'm going to leave you with a little bit of reasoning here, and just a little bit of like fairness that I want. Xbox is getting a whole lot of backlash for Redfall, right? If you remember, Xbox talked about it being a big game coming up and stuff like that. They low-key lied. They kind of said they lied because they didn't have a lot to do with that game and its life cycle of how it was actually coming out and stuff like that. They just said they got to push it to a certain time. It even got held back, I think, too. So Xbox never had any hand in that game whatsoever at all. At all. And it was being worked on literally before they bought Bethesda, ZeniMax. They got a lot of flack for that. if I'm not mistaken, uh, Forspoken is not a game that they just bought and acquired. It was something that they actually like worked on from ground up type shit. Because if you remember back when they first showed it off like years ago, it was crazy. Like they were talking about how this was going to be the future and blah 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 and all that stuff, right? And then it come out, and it was dog water. I have not heard that many people say anything about how bad Forspoken really was. Like some of the creators that play on YouTube have said how bad this game was, but I haven't heard that much critically and just socially of Sony taking any kind of rep for how bad that game was. But yet, as soon as Redfall was bad, everyone jumped on Microsoft and was like, "It's a bad game. You made a bad game. You made a bad game. You published that bad game." Like, no, they didn't make that game. That game was already in development when they bought them. So, and they had no foot in that game whatsoever at all. But they do with Starfield now. I ain't heard nothing. That's Square Enix? Redfall, I played it, I downloaded it, and I played like 2 hours of it, and it wasn't that great. It wasn't. And it showed. Trust me, even the cutscene things that they sort of had were absolutely washed. Like, it was like they went for the effects look better than the models, in a sense, you know? Like when you play a game, it's like all the effects that you do look better than the actual game model and stuff. That was what was going on there. And then the whole be online thing and stuff like that, co-op stuff was like whatever. It just wasn't a great game. And I even said I wasn't that hyped for that game when we first seen it. Like when we first seen it, I wasn't that hyped for that at all. Creative issue, even then, I still didn't see nobody say PlayStation this, PlayStation that. I never say that. And PlayStation, it's all PlayStation exclusive. It's out. There's nothing. That's the difference. No, I don't care. Like, here's the thing, what I'm talking about. See, you're trying to go tech the issue and all that stuff. That's not what anybody's saying in terms of the rap that was taken from the game being out. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you just tried to cover the tracks for PlayStation a little bit, when, in a sense, they should be held accountable as well. Because they let the game come out. So, in a sense, is like what you just said to me is like, no, Xbox has to be held accountable to a lot of things and PlayStation doesn't. That's what you just basically said on that. Why? Why can't both be held accountable at the same? Like, why are we pointing out issues for this, that, and this, when instead it should be, oh, they let the game be released. They're held accountable. Xbox let the game be released. Guess what? They took ownership of it and said it. Phil came out and literally said it, ownership, everything of it. But yet, I haven't seen PlayStation do that. I have not read one thing about PlayStation Head coming out and saying anything about the game and taking ownership of the game being bad or nothing. Seen nothing of that. None of it. Tech issue and creative issue is different. Not whenever you can delay a game. That's my thing. You're still not looking at the bigger picture. You're still looking at an issue of the game in general. If I'm not mistaken, did Spider-Man have a 30 a frame rate issue at the beginning where it was running at 30 frames? Like, if the game sucks, it's like, well, they tried at least. No, you're still deferring from it. You're still not giving the actual company and allowing. This is why PlayStation is in a situation that they're allowed to do certain things and Xbox isn't, because the media is too critical of Xbox just for literally one showcase that they had when they unveiled the new console, and after that it's been like Xbox media bad. Like, dude, no, fam. No, you still deferring from what I'm saying. You're still not being like, yeah, they should have took credit for that and been like, yeah, that's my bad. Like, we should have delayed the game, blah blah blah, fix this, fix that. Either whether it be creative or technical. Technical is something you can still work around. You can still delay the game. You can still have other people work on the game and help the technical issues. Creative issues, that just means your creative ass couldn't come up with anything better. That's what that means. So, in a sense, is you feel flat creative, but then you still won't let Sony come up and be like, hey, we took ownership, we let this game come out, we told you it was gonna be a great game. You still didn't even do that. Still couldn't even do that. So you came in with a typical toxic PlayStation fanboy on that one. And I called you out on that one. Like, you came in with that one. I was just talking about the toxic PlayStation fanboy on that one. No. Okay, so are you saying, no, what I'm saying is, why didn't they take any kind of credit for it? Why didn't they get heat for it? I did not see the media say a lot about anything of Forspoken being bad. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, there probably were articles from like YouTube people saying something and quoting it, but I never seen Sony come out and say anything about it publicly at all. But yet Xbox, from the criticism that Redfall got, had to come out and say that they didn't even have a hand in working on the game, and they still took the credit and ownership of it being out bad and said they would work on it. PlayStation had. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't care about the side of how the game technically performed. Like, I'm saying the ownership of, like, if Redfall came out and everybody was like, Redfall's the best game ever to come out, PlayStation would have been boasting their chest talking about how, oh, it's this, oh, it's that, but they never say anything after that when the game flopped. And no one held them accountable to be like, hey, be better. But yeah, but still, Redfall was trash. Like, so is Forspoken. It's trash. That's not true. They have literally pushed Starfield back a lot. Starfield should have been out last year, if I'm not mistaken. Or early this year. Yeah, no. Mm, no, yeah, it might have been. It might have been either late last year or early this year when that game was supposed to be slated to come out, and they pushed it back a lot, because it's still not coming out. Can't fix Forspoken? Yeah, you probably. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I don't think every game can't be fixed. Like, I think every game can be fixed. It's just a situation where some games just say fuck it and then they don't fix it. That'd be like saying that Cyberpunk couldn't be fixed when it first came out, and Cyberpunk was a worse fucking train wreck than Redfall and also Forspoken put together. And guess what? 1.5 patch fixed it, and now the game runs beautiful and is amazing. So, in a sense, what are you saying? You saying that are you saying that Forspoken is so bad that it's worse than Cyberpunk when it first came out? And it can't be fixed at all? Because that's the narrative that you'd be saying on that one. But everything else was completely yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, and they pushed that game back because remember when they first got that trailer, when it first came out, it was awful. Can't change the script. You can always go back and update assets in games. Wait, all right, hold up. Do you not know how games are developed and stuff like that. Just tech. Just tech. So what you saying? It was just the consoles. It was just the PCs. The tech problems. That was it. The game didn't have any other issues whatsoever at all. Because let me remind you, not every person that played Cyberpunk had every issue that everyone else did. Matter of fact, whenever I played Cyberpunk for the first time, I had a lot of those issues. But my buddy that played on PC did not have those issues. He said he ran into a couple, and that was it. Like, bro, the actual the development of a game is a long process, and it's a lot of assets that get put in. There's different like people in the company. That's why you have different job descriptions, because they're all working on the game. So say you have this, this, that's great, and then like the rest of it isn't great, then guess what? Like, even if the game was published, those people can come back here and work on it, and that's how you get updates. That's why I'm saying, like, every game can be updated. Like, it doesn't matter about if it's horrible currently now or something like that. Like, yeah, you can take the blame for it and take the fault and own up to it being bad, and then be like, yeah, we're going to fix it. Same thing with No Man's Sky, one of the most recent in terms of absolutely stupidly awful and everything. No Man's Sky, and then it got update, and it's way better than what it was before. It's damn near almost a new game. So in a sense, you can always go back and fix a game at any point in time. I mean, you think it's a coincidence that modders can go in and literally take the assets from a game that they own now and literally go in and fix certain things in the game and then put a mod out to actually have you download it to fix it in your game? Like, there's a whole, bro, there's a thing called laziness in the industry. And all the games that underperform, lazy. I mean, go back and look. Like, that's honestly, in my opinion, like, that's probably the only reason why, besides, I don't want to make that statement too much to say that's the only reason why Elden Ring won a game of the year, because that's not the only reason. Elden Ring was a really, really good game. Um, it was a really, really, really good game. So I'm not gonna go that far and say nothing wild like that and be like, that's the only reason why Elden Ring won. I'm not gonna go out and make that statement, because that would just be nonsensical. That would be wild of me to actually just say that to somebody. So I'm not gonna say that. That would get my gamer card revoked right then and there. just revoked. I'd take it away from myself. I'd snap it off. Be like, nope, can't do that. Can't do that. So I'm not gonna say that. No. Okay, but every game that comes out that's broken, and I just gave you examples of games that were absolutely broken that literally got fixed over time. So again, you're still deferring over the situation of why I'm saying that PlayStation can't just come out and own a bad game and move on and be like, hey, we made a bad game, we'll try to fix it through updates later on. Have you realized that every game that you're saying about is bad, all the studios have come out and said something about the game and worked on it and made the game better and fixed it that was broken? You realize that, right? So, like, I don't know if you're just arguing for the sake of trying to argue to be like the original question of why can't PlayStation just own up to it and get the flack that they deserve whenever they have a bad game come out. Which, by the way, that's the reason what we were talking about. If you forgot, that was what we were talking about until you took it into complete, total. I don't even know what you're. I don't even know what you're trying to accomplish here, but you took it into that. When that was just the original question. So you see what I'm saying? Like, even now, you still haven't, you still won't just say, yeah, they should have took ownership for the bad game and been like, yeah, we're gonna work on it, blah blah blah. Still can. And it's been like 10 minutes. Anyway, anyway, but yeah, you could easily fix it on certain things. But regarding back and looking at this, I didn't realize that Assassin's Creed Mirage was going to be here. Uh, I did not realize that. So if that game is here, which I'm looking forward to, very happy. Very, 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 very happy on that one. Like, we all know Spider-Man's going to be in our Final Fantasy. Obviously, Resident Evil 4 for VR, probably. Because I feel like the Resident Evil games are turning into the Skyrim game now. Of just like, it's going to be everywhere. Uh, but if Forspoken is supposed to be here, then maybe it's going to be one of them situations where they are going to make the game better. Because then that would bust your theory right there. But if they did and they took ownership of it, that'd be dope. They'd be like, hey, if they come out and say, hey, this game was bad when it came out, but we're going to make it good, and here's the roadmap, and also a couple new things that we're doing and tweaks and all of that. If they show that, that's dope. It's absolutely dope. And then I'll be like, all right, there you go. Now they took some ownership of it. But Street Fighter 6, we already got a lot of things for that right now. The more I see Street Fighter 6, the more I don't get hyped for it for some reason. I think, like, I used to love Street Fighter, and the more I see Street Fighter 6, the more I'm like, yeah, it's a good game. But I'm not, like, extremely hyped for it. I was hyped for it at first, but now I'm like, the less I see, I guess, really, of a game, I think the more I get hyped for the game. So, yeah. The more I see of it, the more I get hyped for it. Like, I'm in that firm believer that if I see this, that, and this from it, and that's all I get from it, and I just continue to get like updates of like, yes, they're doing this and doing that, and that's it, but not showing anything, I'm better, because then the launch trailer is wild, and I'm like, oh, they've really done this and that from the other trailer. Holy crap. That's what I look forward to most. So the less I see of it, the more I like. And I feel like the less I see of a game, the more I actually like of the game. And to be quite honest, that might be going back to the same thing for Starfield. Because I feel like the less you see of that game. Same thing with Elden Ring. We didn't see a lot of Elden Ring. And guess what? Game of the year. We didn't see a lot of it. And we haven't seen a lot of Starfield. Like, to be quite honest, we really haven't. We've only got that one, like, gameplay, and that's about it. Like, that's it. So, I'm hoping that in this developer director, like, yeah, we fixed the 30 frame issue. Now it is going to run at 60 frame. Or if the 30 frames was, like, the ultra graphic 30 frames was going to run at. Like, you can play that way if you want. And then you could have, like, just 4K 60, but not, like, super ray tracing and all that stuff like enabled. They're cool, because again, these consoles are obviously capable of ray tracing. So it's just we don't really get to see it like crazy effect of like the PC and stuff, just for the simple fact that they kind of dumb it down a little bit on the console. In my honest opinion, I think these consoles are as powerful, just powerful enough to run super crazy graphics. Like, because Ghost of Tsushima, it was wild, and I've seen it on a PlayStation 5, and it's fucking wild. So there's no way that anything else could just be nah. They put updates on it to fix the game, but the thing is, it takes a while to do it. That's what I'm saying. Like Redfall, it's going to take a while for Redfall. Like Redfall's probably not going to get fixed until like, I would say, maybe late this year. Like it may have like a massive update that fixes it, and then it's like, and then everyone goes back to it and plays it because they're like, oh, it's so much better. Like the character models are updated. They look better. They don't look as goofy. Like the gameplay is a little more smooth because I think I do think that Redfall 30 frames killed that game a lot too. Just trying to play 30 frames again is, I will agree with what you said earlier, is that playing a game at 30 frames is just not fun anymore. Like, it's just not. I don't understand why, like, developers choose to do that. But it should always be 60 frame rendered, like at standard. And then it'd be like, oh, if you want 120 frames, if you got the TV or refresh monitor to do it, then yeah, then that should be like the luxury. But I think 60 frames easily should be the standard of all games now, like easily going forward. Right? Especially if it's a dedicated Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5 game, it better be, because this whole 30 frame stuff now, it's just killing games too much. Like, nobody wants to go back to 30 frames. Like, if we see GTA 6 tomorrow and GTA 6 is running in 30 frames, it's going to be stupid. Like, people are going to be like, what? Like, 30 frames for this long? What? Like, it'll get killed from the community, like, big time. So, and I doubt we're going to see that. I'm pretty sure it's going to be 60, just because I know Rockstar and how good they are with their track record and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be 60. But I don't know, for tomorrow alone, I mean, we have, what was it about? I want to say it was 19 hours. So maybe about 18 hours or so still, maybe closer to 17 hours or so, until we get this whole maybe game-changing live stream. I'm not gonna lie, it might be game-changing. I might even title it game-changing. But it's gonna be crazy. And regardless, I'm still excited for it. Whether I own a PlayStation or not, I'm still gonna get one at some point. But I'm still looking for those games, because again, a lot of those games that they showcased before still ain't out. Like, all the big games that they showed, besides Forspoken and Forspoken, God of War, and I feel like there might be another one. Was there another one of the big ones that they showed? I'm just forgetting it. Cause that brings me to another one. That car game that was supposed to be like that demolition car game. That one was not received well at all either. And that just got swept under the rug too. I actually forgot that they made that game. What was that game even called? I don't even know what that game was even called. But that one got swept under the rug as well. Dude, it's crazy how much I swear, it's so crazy how much the media kills Xbox in every game. Like, everybody right now could probably list off every Xbox game that was dog shit that came out since this new generation, of every game that came out. But yet all the games that were like really good, like, no one cares about. No one says anything about it, but they just point out all the games that were bad. Like, no one talks about was that Hi-Fi? What was that? Was it Hi-Fi? I think. Yeah, Hi-Fi Rush. No one is like super talking about that Hi-Fi Rush game, but yet that Hi-Fi Rush game was like one of the most probably world received games on Xbox currently. And even people that's played it, like bigger content creators that's played it, has even talked about how this game should be considered almost game of the year, or be in the running for game of the year this year. Like, that's what people are talking about. Or when it first came out, and then after that it died down. No one's saying anything about it now, but it was incredibly good, like incredibly good. No one say anything. But yet Redfall come out and everybody's like, what the fuck? Redfall was dog shit. It's crazy. Like, it really is. But like I said, showcase tomorrow. We'll be live. I would say get snacks ready. Easily get snacks ready. What are you doing? Like, I think it starts at 4 o'clock Eastern time. So probably should be home from work, so especially if you're on the East Coast, roughly around you should be, or getting home from school or so. So that's a good time It's not a bad time. I think it would have been better if it was like 5 o'clock, but it is what it is. But yeah, PlayStation tomorrow should be it should be very massive. Like it really should be very massive. To be quite honest, I would love if I seen GTA 6 there. Oh my god, I would love to see GTA 6. But anyway, if you guys are new to the channel, like to see, subscribe, turn on notifications where you get notified when we go live and put up more videos. Excuse me. Oh wow. Oh damn. It might be another sweep tonight. Holy crap. I didn't even realize that. It might be another sweep. I didn't realize the Heat were winning. Oh my god. I was about to dip on out of here. But damn, that's wild. That's wild. But again, hopefully I can see you guys tomorrow. If you guys haven't hit the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications where you get notified when we go live and put up more videos. The hype is real tomorrow. Absolutely real. But other than what, stay safe, God bless, and I'm out. Peace.